So in the world of football in the last week, it's gone very, very mental. Literally every single thing that could have happened this week has pretty much happened. And now that things are finally, at last looking like it's going back to normal, let us go back to our roots and talk about things that really matters here, and that is meltdowns on YouTube channels. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video right now is because in the last couple of hours, there's been a TalkSport interview between Parlour, of course, Arsenal legend, and it's done Robbie Lyle from AFTV. I've never once spoke about AFTV on my channel ever. I've always just it's there. Even though I'm a FIFA YouTuber, I guess I'm also a Burnley vlogger, Burnley fan, I guess, that can be seen as a fan channel in a sense. Not in terms of actual interviews, but I gave my opinion. I go travel across the country. There's many a video on my channel, over 100 of Burnley vlogs, me going across the country and giving my opinion. So in a sense, I am also a vlogger, which that could be also an issue in itself to some people. I'm going to talk about AFTV, give my own thoughts on that, and tell me yours down below in the comments if you do agree or disagree. I feel like for a lot of people, which is like my kind of age group, they're gonna agree with me. Predominantly, not all, but most will, and people that maybe of an older generation may disagree, and that typically is where the line gets drawn. I find, for me, in my own personal experience as a Burnley fan, as a Burnley YouTuber, that I've been looked down upon by Burnley fans, and predominantly they are all older than me, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, predominantly. If they're around my age, literally, they may have a laugh oh, you do YouTube, but they kind of also like it at the same time, because they are the ones that watch my videos. But the older generation that doesn't understand YouTube, they think that we are all like AFTV and we make hundreds of thousands of pounds on it, saying that I'm using the club for money or for my career, whatever else. And I want to debunk that right now. If you type up Burnley vlog on YouTube, you can see the views that I usually get on my vlogs, and some may have a 75k, but predominantly, if you go down, it's not that many. 28k, 17k, 12k, 42 for the Lincoln game, but 12k, 14k, 25, 20k. This is just for fun. This is just because I would be doing this anyway. Now, there's people like this guy here, which is...
I've had enough! Burnley losing 1-0 at home! I'm sick of it!
People like this is a moron. This is a freak. This is a freak show almost. I don't agree with anyone having a reaction like this. I think there's no way in actual world, unless you are a psychopath, you should react to football in this way. There's a reason to get angry, there's a reason to get sad and annoyed, but...
I've defended you, but you've got to go!
That's too far. That is what I deem as not, good. That is pushing it over the limits and at the same time embarrassing your club. If you want to scroll all the way down to my most popular videos, I'll show you that my most popular Burnley vlog is nowhere near. My most popular video that's a Burnley vlog, or really anything to do with Burnley, is all the way down. It's literally, I gotta keep scrolling. My most viewed video for Burnley vlogs is the Chelsea 2 Burnley 3 away day vlog, which is understandable. It's first game of the season, but to be fair, as a Burnley fan, it's not the same, because it's not, understandably, it's not as big as a club as Arsenal in terms of fans. Most people don't care, they don't care about Burnley, hence why when I got people oh, do Burnley fan TV, lads, I don't think even Burnley fans will care about what Burnley fans think, never mind fans of other clubs. So that's why that's just not really a thing that people really care about. And even on this video, which is 74,000 views, I made how much money off this video? Let's just go for the lifetime. I made 57 quid, literally, on my most viewed Burnley vlog ever. My most viewed video, 57 quid, which, by the way, must I say, the actual game itself to go down to Chelsea, a ticket's 30 quid. The travel is about 50, 40 quid. I remember I got Burnley fans saying that I used the club for money, even though, literally, not once in the entirety of 5 years I did Burnley vlogs did I ever make money back or get break even. Not even once. Anyway, so this was on TalkSport, and I'm gonna go through a minute or two of this because I think it's important. This is what started this video, and this is what I want to talk about.
About Arsenal Fan TV, you want them to lose because you get more hits on your YouTube channel, because what it is, all the other fans want to see Arsenal fans having a meltdown when they lose the game.
What's this got to do with what we're talking about? We're talking
about...
I'm
just saying. I mean, we're a fan base, and I look at Arsenal Fan TV and say sometimes you're quite an embarrassment to look at it. As an Arsenal fan, I want Arsenal to win every single game. I think sometimes you look at it and say, well, if they lose, we're going to get more hits this week. We're going to make more money.
Ray, with all due respect, you're chatting rubbish. I want my team to win absolutely every game.
Honest question, come on. Did you get more hits this week because Arsenal having a nightmare?
this week has been this week
on
on
your
our channel.
Come on, did you?
This week on our channel, of course.
Have you got a lot more hits this week
had a
because
lot more
Arsenal going
hits.
through it? And
I mean, you're asking some ridiculous.
I don't know.
You're
I
asking
don't
some
know.
ridiculous questions, Ray.
I think most of your followers are.
It's an absolute mess. Like, it's an absolute mess. It cringes me to see this because it's so patronizing. It's so like, go on then. So we all know the real answer, but go on, have you made any hits this week? Come on. We all know that you have. Come on, let's be, I don't know, like, let's be real. Like, you're making a lot of money. It's so patronizing, and it's like, oh, I hate when someone talks like that, especially when, like, this is kind of waffling conversation that, like, no one can actually get an actual word. Like, just watch this.
Gone on with the Super League.
I bet you.
It's a big talking point.
Robbie,
you know how
like, literally, like, it's just people talking over each other. Like, it's such a nightmare. Rio Ferdinand, of course, put out a tweet saying that he's seen it and all media have had more hits. I mean, Robbie in that situation should have just said, oh, have you? Because TalkSport, I guarantee, has had more hits this week than normal because of this European Super League. I have. Everyone has. Everyone's got more views because of this, because everyone's on about it. It's a trending topic. It's a massive topic in football. So, as Rio says here, BT Sports, Sky Sports, TalkSport, everything possible has had more views this week because of this thing. So, to highlight Arsenal Fan TV is a bit silly in the scenario. And I see a top commentator, which I guarantee this is a 35-year-old man. Understand the context. Rio, is it okay to cash in by making your club a laughingstock? I doubt that Robbie's on the pitch dressed as a Aubameyang, hitting the ball and heading it in the back of his own net against Burnley. I just don't think that's his fault. People use the fact that, oh, they get more views when they lose because, I mean, it's boring to watch an Arsenal Fan TV interview when they've won. That's how it works. Why do you think there's no massive Manchester City channels? Because they always win. No one cares when people are winning. And no offense to Stephen, I'm a good friend of his, but like, no one likes to watch Man City win. But when they lose, these, you know, to a Burnley, they get more views because people like to see meltdowns. Now, typically, Redman TV, I know Paul quite well. They're good people, and they're not the typical, you know, ranting and meltdown types. And to be fair, I've seen videos with, like, let's say Spurs Fan TV or whatever they're called. They had a meltdown when he got knocked out by Zagreb, and I saw that, and I don't like to be that guy. I don't like to scream and shout. Now, if I was on Arsenal Fan TV, I would be nothing like what Troops is, for example. I do feel like as a fan, and let's say from my perspective, I'm like the #1 Burnley guy. The way that I react on Twitter, or the way that I react on YouTube to a Burnley game or a live stream, I feel like I've got a responsibility, because let's say I go on a massive meltdown, that will be clipped, that will be put on Twitter with like a minute long of just my rant, and then I'll be having fans of all the clubs having a laugh at me, and then, you know, sending that link to their Burnley mates that they know, and like, oh, look at this, you know, look at this meltdown, and then they'll be like, for God's sake, man. So there is a responsibility, because they will send that videos to their mates, and fans of my club Burnley will look at it and be like, you know, they'll be almost embarrassed. My meltdown, my rant was better. I've never really had a meltdown. Like, I never have. Like, I guess I've been, like, annoyed. I've been, like, for God's sake, you know, like, I've never, like, swore, like, had, like, a massive rant. It's just not for me. I've seen videos of Troops, and I'll show you this now.
On my mother's life, yeah? On my mother's life. On my mum's life. On my mum's life, he's playing against us. On my nan's grave, he is playing against us. I swear to God.
This doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, and like, I've met Troops. I think he's a sound lad, but when it comes to Arsenal kind of stuff, he knows that he's getting the baggy. He knows that he's been brought by Barstool Sports to overreact. And this isn't AFTV, but Troops is affiliated with AFTV, of course. And this is the one thing that I find a bit dodge, is the fact that this is happening on a live stream. But you can see that right there, like literally to the right hand side, you can see a guy recording him as well at the same time. So it feels like it's an act in a stage, and it does look that way. It does. Like, these sort of rants towards Willian and whatever else, it does look like it's just there for show almost. And of course, over the years, there's been some real, like, animosity between Arsenal fans and AFTV.
Get out of our club! Arsenal Fan TV! Get out of our club! Get out of our club! Get out of our club! Arsenal Fan TV! Get out of our club!
This was a massive, like, thing that went down. And then, of course, there was Simon Jordan with TalkSport as well, calling them clowns. And, like, this was, like, a year ago, and it's kind of it's stayed this way ever since.
Arsenal Fan TV! Get out of our club! Get out of our club! Get out of our club!
That's ridiculous. The fact that you've got like what sounds like about like 50 or 100 blokes all singing about AFTV, like it's huge. I do find it strange that people see AFTV as like the #1 thing, but like there's no other fan channels like it that's got like the same kind of feeling. I want your guys' opinions about AFTV down below in the comments, but oh no, my kind of opinion about them is the fact that, do I believe that when Arsenal lose that Robbie from AFTV is happy about the fact they're losing? I don't actually believe that, because I mean, I've got more reason to believe that he's been an Arsenal fan for many years before I was even born. So the fact that he just believes that this is now a business opportunity, I just don't believe that. Now, has it turned into a decent opportunity for him? Yes, of course it has. He was doing videos about AFTV before they blew up, about if they win, if they lose, if they draw, and it's just been very, I guess you may say the word convenient, that they've just been really bad for a long time. And it has worked out in their favour that they keep on messing up and keep on having these scandals and keep on having, because everyone loves scandals, everyone loves rants, everyone loves losses, big losses against clubs like Burnley or Crystal Palace or whatever else. So it's very typical that these things happen, losing 4-0 and 8-0, now going to 8-2 and all this. So it's very typical for this kind of thing to happen, and it does kind of look bad for them. I remember that I saw at the end of the Fulham Arsenal game when they scored in the 97th minute that, I just want to show you this. There's something that just looks odd to me. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like the fact there's like people, there's like 5 of them running up to the camera. No matter if they, they just scored an equaliser against Fulham, like it's only to draw against Fulham, which that in itself is a bit kind of mad for this reaction. People running to the camera doing like this, and like, you're drawing to Fulham, pal. That type of reaction is something that I just see, and I'm like, like, they're happy. They're happy, but it's not what I would do. And that's okay. I think at the end of the day, people go about things in their own way, and I think that's fine. It's just your own personal experience. For me, as I'm the big Burnley guy, I guess, I know that whatever I do, if I react in a certain way, it will be portrayed on behalf of all Burnley fans. It may not sound fair, but if I have a massive rant, Burnley fans have a massive rant. That may not make sense, and it may not seem fair to you, but that is just what happens on social media. That's why I feel like I have a responsibility. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments. This is something I've always kind of wanted to talk about, but just never really sort of time to. I just want to do like football content. I don't want to talk about FIFA anymore. I just don't want to. So I'll see you guys later on. Hope you guys do enjoy. Thank you for watching. My name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.